California of the past.
I
I
am
am
California of the past.
I
I am
am
California of the past.
My name is Paul Workman. I was born in Newton, Iowa in 1944 and moved to Vallejo, California at age 8 when my mother remarried. I attended Lincoln and Federal Terrace Elementary Schools, Franklin and Solano Junior High Schools, and graduated from Vallejo High School in 1962. While attending Vallejo Junior College, which was located off Minnie Drive and later became Solano Community College, I met Ruth McGraw, a 1962 graduate of Benicia High School. Believe it or not, even though there were only 10 miles of the old Benicia Road separating Benicia and Vallejo in those days, I had never been to Benicia until I met her. It seemed like a world apart. In the fall of 1962, Benicia had just connected to dial telephones, and the original Benicia Bridge wasn't open yet. It had lost the Benicia Arsenal, its largest employer, and there was just one street of businesses. It seemed like I had stepped back in time. The mayor, James Lemus, ran the only movie theater compared to the several in Vallejo, and he even sat in the booth out front and sold tickets. It seemed to me that everyone in town knew everyone. The end of First Street was a mud flat, and when it rained, the street flooded and was blocked off. Ruth's parents knew the people who lived in the train depot at the end of First Street, and when the street flooded, we would drive down at night as far as we could go and flash our car lights and wait to see the depot's upstairs lights flash back. And this was entertainment in Benicia. I graduated from Vallejo Junior College in 1964 and took a job with Shell Research Labs in Emeryville. I bought my first car, a 1962 Chevy Impala, and suddenly it was much easier to get to Benicia. I was drafted into the Army in 1965, just as the Vietnam War was gearing up, and served in an armored division in Germany. Ruth and I were married in December of 1967 at the Congregational Church in Benicia, and then moved to Berkeley, where I continued to work for Shell Research and began my studies at Cal. I majored in chemistry and math, and even took a few classes in the field of computers using punch cards to program the machines that took up whole rooms. This was a time of unrest and violence in Berkeley, and we often found our street closed and our apartment guarded 24 hours a day by National Guardsmen called up by Governor Ronald Reagan. It was not uncommon to be tear-gassed walking across the campus or getting caught up in student protests of one kind or another. In 1972, I was accepted into the California Highway Patrol and began my career with a brief stint in Southern California before returning to the Benicia area in 1973. In 1976, Ruth and I bought our first home on Lindo Street, where we still live, for approximately $38,000. We raised our 3 sons, Joshua, Christopher, and Kevin, and have seen Benicia grow into a Bay Area suburb with freeways, 2 bridges, a shopping center, and top-rated schools. I retired from the CHP as a sergeant in 2002, and Ruth and I now spend our time traveling and visiting with family and friends. Who would have ever thought that I would consider myself one of those Benicians when I started that 10-mile drive on Benicia Road all those years ago?